That was educational.
Was it? I wasn't listening.
You don't approve of masturbation?
I don't approve of talking about masturbation, especially on television, especially on a lifestyle program.
Really, it's pretty do-it-yourself, though.
So what have we got next, Penny?
I mean, as Todd said earlier, there's nothing like the feeling of satisfaction you get when you finish a do-it-yourself job. I just wish there was a few hints for us.
So it must be time for viewers' mail. Wonderful. Thank you, Penny. Now, as Life Support is a new program, we haven't actually had any letters from viewers yet, but we do genuinely care about you average Australians. So just for this first week, Penny has stolen the Burke's Backyard mailbag. Now, this one is from Mira of Collingwood. Love the show. Why, thank you, Mira. I've been married for 30 years. Well done, Mira. And after 3 decades of abuse, I've decided to leave my husband. Oh no, that's terrible. I'm setting up flat on my own. Do you have any advice? Well, you're in luck, Mira, because tonight Penny's going to show you how to fit out your flat without angering the ancient gods.
There's nothing quite like moving into a place of your own. You don't have to argue over fridge space, listen to music you don't like, or come home to find that your flatmate has OD'd on the QT and left you with their share of Foxtel. But the best thing is, you can decorate your new personal space exactly the way you like it. And for me, that means feng shui. Feng shui is an ancient Chinese art used to harness the positive energy in an environment through the placement of objects. It encourages harmony, good fortune, and longevity. And if my previous 2 flatmates had let me practice it, they'd probably still be with us. I'm placing this milk crate here to provide a buffer between these opposing energies. The bad vibes coming from Big Brother and the chilled out energy coming from the couch. This represents symmetry and stability, which is why it's also perfect as a coffee table. Music is also important for good feng shui. Enya, her music is synonymous with peace and serenity. When used as bookends, they'll redirect the bad vibes generated by discs in your collection that you know kind of suck. Now, there'll still be times when a mate wants to crash on your couch. Fine for a night, but any longer and the slacker's going to suck all the energy out of your room. So to avoid this, tell him that as long as he respects your beliefs and sleeps in the proper feng shui position, he can stay as long as he likes. Of course, if he's a little bit on the cute side, you might want to tell him that the proper feng shui position is on the left side of your bed. Hey, where do you think you're going? I said if. And finally, floral arrangements play a pivotal role in the conduction of feng shui energy. But like for most of us, fresh flowers are an extravagance that we just can't afford. That is, until now. Thanks to the bad karma of male drivers under 25, you can enjoy good feng shui. Simply grab a floral tribute from one of the road's numerous black spot florists. This bunch looks fresh enough to last through an Easter long weekend. Tranquility and harmony in your home every week.
Crime has always been a problem, but never before has the amount of break and enters been so high. Now, alarm systems can be costly, and guard dogs, well, one bait and it's buggered. So, today I'll show you your very own do-it-yourself home protection device. Just get yourself some plain Venetian blinds, then paint a scene of an empty room, void of any furniture or valuables, on the blinds. Now, every time you leave the house, just close the blinds so that from the outside, all an intruder can see is an empty room. Like this one. Looks pretty realistic, hey? Now, for those of you who live in lower socio-economic suburbs, where the crooks are more desperate and stupid, you may want to go with the more heavy-duty version. Instead of just an empty room, paint some serial murder victims splattered around the place, like this one. No one would take a chance in there now, So take a tip from Todd. A trompe-l'oeil treatment on your blinds means you won't be robbed blind.
And you can really see the difference. I mean, training once a week versus training 5 times a week. There's nothing more frustrating than dressing up to the nines and hitting the local power player watering hole, only to realise that the men folk are intimidated by your headstrong, unapproachably beautiful appearance. You end up getting ignored all night, and there's no one to make breakfast for in the morning. But I've found a way to look fabulous, feel feminine, and most importantly, non-threatening. Don't let looks be deceiving. Now, all the men in the room will know that a conversation with you won't be a challenge. And remember, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So, dressed like this, you won't have to use any, leaving him to enjoy the sounds of submissive silence.
Hi, my name's Miles. Can I buy you a drink? So, what's a girl like you to a place like this?
A lot of women dress up like that to make themselves feel good and, blah, blah, blah. And then there's an element, like I said, I don't want to generalise it all, but there's an element who will do it, because they're, out for the meat market kind of thing.
A lot of women are really empowering to themselves these days. I think might be a bit inhibiting to men.
Well, my ploy usually is to kind of make myself, appear to be interesting for a man first.
Good on her. She's, if you got it, flaunt it.
I do believe in magic, yeah, and I think that women are really, really sneaky. Yeah, and they do cast spells.
It's a sad fact that most parents only discover their child is a heroin addict by playing the body bag, lucky dip, unzip. And by that stage, there isn't much anybody can do about it. But for those parents lucky enough to discover their child is addicted to horse while they still have a pulse, there is a way to help them keep that heart beating longer. Firstly, you have to stop them feeding their habit. So let's start with the video and the TV. Using a simple L-shaped brace, bolt the TV to the cabinet and the cabinet to the floor. So using a fast-acting glue, like liquid nails, attach the video and the CD to the cabinet. There's no way these babies are ending up in the local hock shop. Now, a handyman needs to use the right tools, and so does a junkie. So. See what I mean? Replacing all the light fittings in your house with some basic blue lights means your kids won't be able to find a vein in this house ever again. Now, I know this gives the room a cold blue look, but it's better the room than your kid. So take a tip from Todd. A few simple modifications means you can rest assured that this will be the only hammer used in your home.
Well, that's it from us for this week.
The end of our first show. As good a reason as any to bake a cake.
Oh, Sigourney, you spoil us.
That's right. So make sure you tune in next week when I'll show you how some simple sewing and fabulous fabric can improve the lives of all Australians.
And I'll be bridging the generation gap with Child Watch and introducing parents to a controversial new band with some wicked trademark antics.
And I'll be teaching you how to cook an exotic tasting treat.
Todd, mate, you in the kitchen?
Todd has many talents.
Until then, be good to one another.
And remember, we're here for you.
Good night, Australia.
Australia.